For me, London's an incredibly exciting place, full of hustle and bustle and lots of energy.
This is Gaz Reynolds, the owner of Great Drive Driving School and the face of record label World Domination Records.
Meet radio and television personality Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records and Great Drive Driving School. Like, comment and subscribe to be part of the journey. This is Gaz Reynolds, the G-Log.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the G-Log. Now, before I jump into the main bulk of today's video, which is about London and the things that I love about it, I just wanted to mention that I now have a Patreon page online. It's been online for around about a week or so, and if you feel that you want to support my channel and what I do, then you can subscribe to the link down below. Also, I'd like to mention that the new G-Log album is being released this month on the 31st of August. It's already on pre-order on iTunes and Apple Music. It's the first ever vlog album to be released, so it's a major event, so don't miss the very special episode on the 31st of August, which has got lots and lots of celebrity guests. Also, I'd like to mention that this video is in affiliation with the company called PROMOLTA. PROMOLTA specialise in promoting videos online, so if you use the discount code down below, you can get 1,000 free views on your videos if you're a video creator. Now, I will mention that all these views that you'll get are not bots, they are genuine people, because PROMOLTA, and I can vouch for this myself because I've used the company and obviously I'm working in affiliation with them, so I'm not going to lie to you. All the video views that you'll gain are from genuine people that are interested in your content. The company actually advertise on all social media platforms, so Snapchat, Facebook, you know, Twitter, anywhere you can think of really, and they also advertise on gaming sites as well, I do know that, so well worth checking them out. And as I said, if you use the link down below, then you'll get 1,000 extra views free. Right, so today's video all about what I love about London. Well, there's so many things really, so let's jump into it. So if you haven't been to London before, or even if you have, you would probably know about our history. You know, London is actually steeped in history and culture. Probably some of the more sort of famous historical characters would be Henry VIII, Jack the Ripper, Elizabeth I, and of course our current monarchy, and of course Lady Diana. There's so many other characters though, of course. If you haven't been to London before, you don't know what you're missing, because we have got so much history and so many tourist destinations. The people that have actually been to London, well, you know what I'm going to talk about now, which is the actual culture itself. Even just using the tube, you can actually feel the atmosphere when you actually get into London, and that's something that I absolutely love. And last year I was fortunate enough to be involved in 2 documentaries about my career, and they were actually both filmed in London. In fact, actually I influenced that quite a lot, because I felt that I wanted, as I'm English anyway, I wanted to sort of show a bit of the culture of London. Hi, I'm Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records, and I've just released my new album, the wedding album, on the label. And it's very well reflected in both of these documentaries that were made about me. If you haven't seen them, I've provided the links down below. One's called Gaz Reynolds, The Story So Far, and the other one was a documentary made by a company called BMV, which is in Ireland, and they came to London to make a documentary about me, which we shot entirely in London along well, London Bridge, Westminster Bridge, all around that area, so you get to see quite a lot. In fact, there's a couple of clips that I've included in this video as well.
Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric.
Right, my earliest memory of actually writing songs was when I was about 10, and then probably by about the age of 20 or so, I'd actually released my first record called This Is The Way to Kiss, which was on vinyl.
Gaz now lives in London, a city that, much like St Albans, inspires the work he continues to pursue.
I'm incredibly excited about what my future might hold. I'm hoping to develop my music career further and my driving school. But I'm also hoping to be more involved in radio and television productions. And that's where I see my path heading. Now, another great thing about London is I run a couple of businesses here, which are London based obviously. I own a record label called World Domination Records, and I've also got a driving school called Great Drive, both based in London. And the good thing about London, and this is what I was going to say about my businesses, is we've got a diverse culture, so you won't just find English people here, you'll find people from all countries from around the world. And also, as being part of the EU at the moment, we've got a lot of Europeans here as well. So you get to sort of experience quite a lot of different flavours. And when I say flavours, I mean culturally, but also flavours in terms of food. So that brings me to food now. Now, we're famous for fish and chips. So obviously I've got to put that up there on the top. Fish and chips, you can't beat it. Now, strangely enough, I didn't know, maybe I'm a bit ignorant here, I didn't know until recently that fish and chips is actually a Jewish food. But the British in sort of braced it as being their food, and it's actually become part of our culture now. Now, of course, also English, and you'll find plenty of curry houses around London. We love our curries. So you know, we've got a massive Asian community in London, particularly where I live, which is in the London Borough of Harrow. In fact, we've actually got the largest community of Asians in the whole of the UK, as I understand it. And so we've got lots of Indian restaurants here, and I love Indian food. In fact, I had some yesterday. So food-wise, we're doing really well. Of course, we're famous in London for a cup of tea, and I do like my tea in the morning. I'm pretty typical English person really, but I will also tell you about scones now. Tea and scones, nice combination. So if you ever come to London, make sure you have a cream tea. Also, well, I would say that we're famous for fudge, and mind you, I have to admit, and this isn't quite London, I prefer Cornish fudge, which is part of England, but not part of London. Anyway, so overall I think London 10 out of 10 for history. You know, we've mentioned history in terms of Jack the Ripper, Henry VIII. You know, we're steeped in history, culture. Also, tourism wise, lots and lots of places to visit. Now, a lot of people might not realise this, but all of our museums pretty much are free. So one of my favourite museums is the Natural History Museum because of all the dinosaurs, but I love the British Museum as well because of all the sort of well, artifacts actually that we stole from other countries, I think. Now, I'm not proud of that part, but to see mummies and other artifacts, pretty interesting. Also, of course, the Romans were here as well, so we've got lots of sort of historical artifacts from when the Romans were actually in London. Now, of course, Romans actually founded London, so it was called Londinium. Another thing that I personally love about London is I've done a lot of magazine interviews and radio interviews in London itself, particularly around London Bridge, Westminster Bridge. I've been in a lot of magazines, did photo shoots. I was a lot slimmer then, and you know, even LBC Radio hired me. I was on Nick Ferrari's breakfast show, and they're right in the heart of London. So for me, it's just a whole thing of London is absolutely fantastic. But I have actually done another video which is being uploaded today about the negative sides of London as well, so I hope you watch that video as well, just to give you a flavour if you're considering about coming to London. I don't want you to be put off, because overall London's a very safe city, and it's a great city. Right, that's the end of today's video, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.
Hi mortals, I'm Jesus. You can now purchase Gaz Reynolds Presents The G-Log, Album Volume 1 from Apple Music, Spotify, and all major outlets around the world. Includes the massive hits Electronic Kama Sutra, I Only Hear You, and Dark Lady. This is one heavenly experience you won't forget. By the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can watch every episode of the G-Log religiously.
Out now, Gaz Reynolds' new album, The Wedding Album, as featured on Big Review TV and Radio Harrow. Available at iTunes and all major outlets worldwide.